Let's see what's going on. See if we going here. All right, y'all. What's happening? Let me know if y'all can hear me well. Once we let's see, get my audio together. We'll be all good. Yeah, that's good. All is well with that. I can turn it up a little bit. If I play, I think might need to bring it down. Microphone, okay. Sheddin and sharing. We're gonna talk about some music business, y'all. We're gonna talk about some music business this week, and in the midst of also shedding a little bit. We make sure this volume is okay. Ooh, yeah, that's super hot. All right. Alone together. I was just thinking about that. On alto, I think I saw my man Tim play it on a video, so it just came to mind really on alto. I hadn't shared it or anything, but this is off the cuff, and I'm here, and like I always say, for those who watch, when I don't know what to practice, I'll play something that I know in a key that I'm not normally playing that in. So I'm on the alto. So this time I'm gonna play alone together on alto and work out these changes. Huh. Let me together. What's going on? What's going on? We are shedding and sharing. Y'all know y'all are my accountability. Y'all are my accountability, you know, because you get busy doing a lot of stuff offline and you can't stop doing the things that, you know, grew your channel and, you know, grew and connected with the audience. So I figured I would do, I would actually do a stream where I'm kind of practicing a little bit and then I'll share a little bit as well. I put on their music business because that's what I've been focusing on. I got my business funding, so it's coming in. I'm getting more and more funding coming in, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that in addition to my shedding. So how do you work on the rhythmic language inside the changes? Okay. Greetings from Madrid. What's going on? What's happening? Francisco. Okay. He said how I work on the rhythmic, what did you say? Rhythmic language inside the changes. Okay. So first of all, I work out the changes. So that is the A section. Then it repeats, and so what I would do is so you're doing a minor 2/5 twice in D minor. So I'm really just initially just playing over the changes, but what I want to do is create some nice lines. So I think about playing lines off of the 3rd degree, playing lines off of the 5th degree, the 7th degree, ascending or descending. You know, you have the things that are under your fingers that naturally you just play, but those tend to be the default licks that you just kind of go to. But I want to change the way I look at the change. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do a 2/5 or minor 2/5, right there. That's a variation, you know, from the first lick. You know, right there. I'm outlining. I'm doing an enclosure around the 3rd. When I get to that A altered, yeah. You know, that's arpeggio. That's a enclosure tied to an arpeggio, and I'm landing on the 3rd. I'm sorry, the 5th. 1, 3, 5. All right. So you have to first know the changes and then play lines. You know, 2/5-1s, minor 2/5-1 lines. So that's a little different, you know, but I'm working them out. Now, right there, that's common. You know, that's a common thing that you hear. So once we're on the 5, Bum, bum, bottom. You know, I really need to hook up my keyboard so I can have the keys to play around with. All right, so let me do that. I'm gonna have to open up Logic and use my MIDI because I have to hook up my speaker. Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? Let me see. I probably can plug a 1/4 inch into this thing and then have it come out of the monitor. So, let's see. Is that plugged up? That's not even plugged up. I don't have that running into my system, y'all. So that'd be too long. So let me see if I can plug my MIDI up right quick. I'm gonna open up my Logic and see if it can just come through. Logic. Let me open up a blank session. Another thing too, I haven't been doing my normal sessions because I needed to upgrade. I just got a hard drive, external hard drive, a SAN disk, and so I gotta hook this up. And when I do my sessions from Logic, I can run everything through this. I think that's the right cable there. You know, everything uses the USB-C. I don't need to do this now. I'll do that later when I get off. But these are the growing pains of doing productions. You gotta definitely have an external drive, a SSD drive, you know. So let me open up something right here. I'm gonna just go ahead and open up like a blank session so I can use my keyboard. Give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm gonna do software instrument, and then we're gonna do. Let's see here. Okay, good. I'm good. All right. Live and uncut. Man, speaking of which, I need to release a new live and uncut. There's my delay. Whenever I stream, it's a delay when I use my MIDI. All right, cool. All right, so Francisco, you said, let me share with you this pattern. Okay, 1 flat, 2 flat, 3, and 3 turned into a 7-note line doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 pattern. So it's a line like R, B2, B3, natural 3. Okay. Okay, R, B2, B3. Okay. Well, shit. I've been learning piano, shell voicings. Okay. Noticing that it doesn't matter if it is a major or minor 2/5. If you play the right 7 and 3/7. Okay, I think I got what you're saying. All right, flat 2, flat 3. Okay, so I'm trying to interpret. Yes, sir. No problem. No problem. Now I'm trying to interpret what you're saying. So let me see if I can play this right. All right. All right. flat 2, flat 3, and then a natural 3. I don't know what you mean. Let me see here. Sorry, I was chasing. What's that? 1 equal R. I don't know, man. I don't get you. I'd have to. I don't know if you just told me the notes instead of putting 1 flat, just put the actual notes, A flat or B or whatever. That way, I can make better sense of it. R, B2, B3. I mean flat 2, flat 3, natural 3, R, flat 2, flat 3. I don't know what the R means. Just put the notes. Root. Okay, the root. Okay, I got you. Root. Is that on the 1 card or is the 2 card? Oh, you talking about on the minor 2/5? Am I doing that on the 2 card? There you go. Put the notes. There you go. Okay, I thought, but what am I doing? You mean that? So like that line. So and then I can do it on the minor 2/5. Like that. So is that it? I think that's it. That's nice. That's nice. So he's saying. So we going. I'm sorry. So here it is. And then. So that's good. There it is. So that's the thing that's a little tricky when you go, this is yesterday's. I'm saying not yesterday's, Alone Together. Is that right? Man, I can't even think. Right. Let me see. So yeah. right there, you got it. Yeah, that's it. So when you got yeah, I'm on alto too, so I'm limited. But I'm going over the changes, right? All right, so the bridge is all right. I got it. I don't know if that's right. All right. So I should keep this just like open, right? Every time I do a stream, sometimes on Mondays, I just need to keep it open, shed and sharing session, shed and sharing Q&A, you know, and keep it open so that way, whatever y'all ask me, I can just, you know, freestyle and answer whatever, address whatever comment or question that you have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all doing all right? Y'all help me kind of shape the way this move. No problem, no problem. And it helps me. It makes it um, a challenge. You know, it challenges me. So no problem. You are surely welcome. Thank you. If you subscribe to the channel, I already appreciate you for being a subscriber. Also, give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm feeds YouTube world and gets more people to the channel. And I have been working on some music, you know, the last part of last year. And this year I was trying to work on a video, but I got slowed down because my uh, hard drive was full, so I needed to buy a new hard drive. So I did. So I'm gonna have to get this hooked up and start switching some files off of my hard drive and start trying to use this one and see if that'll speed up my process here. Also, I've been working on my business. So I've been having some good talks with different musicians. And I mentioned last week that coming up here, we're going to do, on the 27th, we're going to do a session, Making Money with Your Music. Me and Mr. Dwayne Washington, Dr. Dwayne Washington, another musician, but he has been real successful in like monetizing his music. And he got a lot of great ideas. He wrote a book about the whole deal. So we're going to be going over some ideas. And I'm going to be doing some live streams with my man, Cornell Gaskin, as well. We're going to be doing some Q&A. We're going to play a little bit and do some Q&A sessions and kind of leave it open and answer some of y'all questions. So be on the lookout for that. We got to set a date actually this week. And we're going to try to do some stuff to keep everybody plugged in to when we're going to do the Make Money with Your Music session on the 27th of February. So definitely definitely be on the lookout for that, right? All right, so let me talk a little bit. Let me give y'all a little bit of what's on my heart, you know, what's on my mind pertaining to the business. All right. So, man, it's so much that we can do nowadays with our music business. And but for starters, and this is going to go into my whole entrepreneurial musician or the e-musician. I have like categorized some things just for every musician to kind of understand how to navigate the music business. So first of all, you first develop your product or your service, whether it be performing, playing gigs for people, recording for people, teaching students. You know, those are products and services. You can create products will be creating music, you know, albums, merchandise of some sort, giving people downloadable flash drives with your music on it, and you know, or creating sheet music to sell of your licks, or selling digital products of your licks, and also sheet music, you know, of your music and stuff like that. So those are all products, and of course you can offer services like playing gigs, recording, teaching lessons. So all of those are things that you physically have to do, work, you put the time in, exchange your time for money. If you're creating a digital product or a CD or music release, that's passive, where you do the work one time, but you get paid over and over. All right, so you got active income, you got passive income, and then you have um, portfolio income, which comes from your investments. So I have a system to where you can categorize things like you work, and as you make money, you make your money work. All right, and I always, for a long time, I would look at the money that I get and split it 10, 10, 10, 70. Sometimes 10, 15, 10, you know, and then I leave, 60, I have 65, you know. But what I would do, 10% I would go, towards paying my tithes to my local church. 10% or sometimes 15 would go to an investment of some sort. Then the 10 would pay myself, and then I would use the 70% or the 65% or whatever. That would pay all of my bills and expenses. So the whole thing, if you say, man, what if I don't have enough to pay all my bills and expenses out of the 70? Well, you need to reduce your bills so that you can pay for everything within the 70% of what you get. That way, you're constantly paying yourself, giving your tithes and offering, and giving your, investing in something. Because what will end up happening as you're consistent building that investment income, that can turn into a thing that'll pay you. So now I said active, passive, and active income, passive income, and portfolio income, but also residual income is another. Residual income is something that's going to pay you over and over and over, whether it's weekly, monthly, it's going to pay you over and over. Just like we have residual bills, we pay. What do we pay? We pay in whatever your internet provider is every month residually. You pay in your phone company, Samsung, Apple, whatever. You paying them residually, or Sprint, or AT&T, or whatever service you have. You're paying them residually monthly. They can depend on you paying that like clockwork. People have Apple Music subscriptions. People have Netflix subscriptions. People have Sling subscriptions. Disney Plus subscriptions. All of these subscriptions are hitting you up residually, right? So if you got residual bills, then you have to have residual income. And so if you're first thinking under the umbrella of music, then you got to think about, okay, what can I do to have something that pays me monthly? So one of the things people think about is doing a channel, YouTube channel, which is great, but you got to be consistent with doing content. You got to be consistent with engaging people and giving them some type of value, right? Or you can say a membership site. So if you've done videos for lessons and stuff like that, you can put that in a course and offer that, and people can pay to have access to it in a private community. That's a residual income. Then you got assets outside of your industry, like I do, have invested in real estate, have invested in cryptocurrency and different projects, commodities, and different things like that. So what you do, you have your main thing, which, like for me, and maybe some of you, may be music. Whether it's teaching music or performing music, that's like the main thing. But as you make money from teaching your music or performing music, take that extra that you have, like I said, at 15%, 10 to 15%, and put that into another asset outside of your industry. And let that portfolio income pay you. And so that'll help free you up and even help, hopefully, pay some bills, and then eventually it'll free you up to where you can use portfolio income to create products and services, or to better market your business or build your business for music. You know, pay some assistants to do some work for you, help you develop your music business, because you got portfolio income outside of the industry of music that's helping to fund your music. Okay, so that's a little bit of what I'm gonna be talking about on this making money with your music, coming up on February 27th. And then my man, Dr. Dwayne Washington, he's got so much stuff. He got so many um, nuggets and really cool tips from how to make more money when you do a gig selling from the stage, how to sell more CDs. You know, he's got tips on, the whole thing. I have to look at my list, but we got so much stuff to share. And so that's going to be a fun deal. I'll share the flyer and everything um, later. You say the Moneyball strategy. He says like a snowball. Yep. Like a snowball. That's right. You snowball it. And as you keep playing good gigs, chop you off a little bit, put it aside, and have it working for you, because you're going to need to do an album. People want to do an album project. And you're going to need to pay some money to market, like doing Facebook and Instagram marketing, YouTube, Google ads. Like, you're going to have to do that just to get in front of people. And ads, that business is a multi-billion-dollar business industry, like ads. I mean, that's like Google makes over 200 billion a year from ads. You know what I'm saying? So you can't ignore that. Every time you want to watch a video, every time you want to watch TV, every time you want to listen to a podcast, you seeing or hearing ads, right? All right. So Francisco said, how do you decide what repertoire is a repertoire you need now for your project as a leader? That's a great question. That's a great question. So it just depends on what your focus is. I mean, sometimes, and which audience. So I'm saying that. So for me, I'm in between, being a Christian musician. Like, think about these words, right? As I'm saying this, as I'm explaining this, think about every word that I throw out there can be categorized, or is a niche, or it is a certain audience. All right. So when I say jazz, you think about a certain audience of people. You associate jazz with a certain era of time. But if I'm more specific, then it'll even dial it in a lot more. So if I say jazz, then you can say fusion jazz. You can say smooth jazz. You can say soul jazz. And so all of these words is even things that you have to reverse engineer to where you think about the audience of people who like soul music or soul jazz or smooth jazz, people who like fusion or straight ahead jazz, modern jazz, contemporary jazz. Like, these are all terms, right? And I'm going from the blimp view into the specific, because you asked, as a leader, how do you create repertoire? And I was talking about, you got to think about your audience, right? And so, like I said in the beginning, being a Christian, that's one category. So when you put Christian, a lot of times people think of gospel, to contemporary Christian, and most of the stuff that they do in church is not going to be jazz. But when you have a Christian jazz musician, then you're bringing things um, into mind, like hymns that are jazzed up or arranged. People are thinking about familiar Christian songs with a jazz feel or instrumental worship. You know, these are all words and things that we we have to verbalize to communicate to people so that they can categorize what we sound like, right? So now, when you say jazz, you got the American Songbook standards, right? So one community you got hymns, and then another community you have the song the fake book or the American Songbook, all the things you are, uh, just friends, Misty, body and soul, you know, all of that, right? So that's like general. That's like general. Now, you also have your own originals. Like I write a lot of originals. All of my albums have originals. Okay, but right now at this point in my career, when I play my gigs, I'm playing mostly my songs, and then I'll throw in some standards and also my arrangements of standards, and we will do some arrangements of hymns. We just did a set with Cornell Gaskin, piano player, phenomenal piano player. He is like Art Tatum on the piano, but he didn't study jazz like that. He doesn't know a lot of tunes from the American Songbook, but he knows all the hymns because he came up in church, but his chops is like Oscar Peterson and Art Tatum. So that's a crazy combination right there, like that. But he writes his own music, and his own music is like a splice between Yellow Jackets and but it's like it's it's church worship, jazz, fusion, um, it's world music. It's like it's all mixed in there because that's just how he hears. And so for me, I come from this deep straight ahead background, but I've always played um, gospel or smooth esque, I would say soul jazz. So all of that is like in the ingredients. So when I create music, I'm creating coming from that perspective, but I sometimes have to pick and arrange my song selection based on my audience. So if I'm going to play a scat jazz lounge, I'm mostly playing my music originals, and I'm playing some standards and put them in there. When I go play for an event for my church community, I'm playing my originals and I'm playing familiar hymns. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's the thing. And then you need uh, some repertoire or albums or products that are just for if you're a musician jazz like myself, you need some standards. And I'm guilty. I need to do an album or something that's just standards. Then I'm guilty for the church community because I need to do an album that's just hymns. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that you have to work out. Like, what is your audience? This is my audience. This is what I'm telling you from my perspective. But you got to figure out what are the key words that fit your genre, that fit what you do, and write down those words, and just think about what do those people love to hear. And I know my audience, but you need to know what songs are related to that particular group, and like what songs do they connect with. You know what I'm saying? What music did they come up listening to or really influenced by? What would they love when they come to hear you? All right. All right. So motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Tunes like Iffy by Max Roach. I don't know that one. Sonora, by Hampton. Okay, standards. Yeah, I don't know those. But yeah, that's how I would answer that one. That is how I would answer it. So let's see here, y'all. All right. So that's it for now. That's all I got. Make sure my horn don't fall. But that's all I got, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and make sure I showed my face and shared a little bit. Um, and like I said, I got to do some cleaning up here on my computer and try to get back rolling so I can start recording again. All right. Okay. Yes, sir. No problem, Francesco. Have a good one. All right, y'all. That's it for now. We will see you on the next one. This has been a shedding and sharing session with your boy, Quamon Fowler. I left my number there so you can text music to that number and keep up to date with what I'm doing. Also, if you text, what did I say? Scat. You text scat to that number, you'll get the last gig. It's a way for you to get the last gig I did, and I have a private playlist for you. Just donate whatever you want to, and you'll see the instructions when you text that number 972-232-7185, and just text SCAT SCAT to that number, and you'll see how you can get access to that video playlist. Okay. All right, that's it for now. We will see you on the next one. Peace.